Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV 3, welcome back to another episode of Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. Dear viewers, congratulations on the birth anniversary of the daughter of our Imam Ali alayhi salam, the daughter being Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam. I am your host for this evening, Sayyid Muthanna al-Musawi, and I am joined by our dear Sheikh Ali marājiʿ. Salaam alaikum, Sheikhna.
Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullah wa as'adallah ayyamakum.
Wa ayyamakum, Sheikhna, wa ayyamakum. How are you doing, Sheikh?
Alhamdulillah, fine.
Alhamdulillah. Sheikhna, it is of course the birth anniversary, Milad Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam. Would you like to give us a couple of words on that?
Yes, she was the lady of courage, the lady of sacrifice. She was the one who delivered the message of Ashura to the world till today. So she played a big role in terms of delivering this message of the Imam's madlumiyya and his martyrdom with her speeches and sermons. And of course, she was the one who challenged the most vicious and tyrant leaders in her time, Yazid ibn Muawiyah anatullah alayh. So, salamullahi alayha yawma wulidat wa yawma tub'athu hayya. Salamullah alayha.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Thank you very much. And because of this auspicious occasion, we're going to actually ask the director to please bring in some flowers for this great occasion. We're just going to go on a short break, and inshallah we'll see you after the break.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 09 2155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of scholars.
Is it permissible to plant trees by or over
Islam
the
established based on peace and non-violence?
Is it permissible to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim countries?
Is there an issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 09 2155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 09 2155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
Thank you very much to the director for bringing in these lovely flowers. Sheikhna, what do you think of the flowers?
Yes, I think it's a very nice flowers, and this occasion we have to celebrate it with flowers, with gifts, with sweets. Inshallah, the brothers and sisters would do so from now till the next 1 or 2 days with the munasabat of the milad, inshallah.
Yeah. How important is it, Sheikhna, to do these kinds of things or on occasions such as this?
As the Imam said, يَفْرَحُونَ لِفَرَحِنَا, that the believers would be happy in our happy occasions. So it's important that we revive, we establish these celebrations and majalis where we would be happy, and we show this happiness as we do the Muslims do in Eid al-Fitr and Adha. So we have to, inshallah, for every occasion, try to celebrate the blessed birthdays, inshallah.
Of course, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And Sheikhna, of course, let's actually get into the show. There's many questions coming in. Let's just give a quick reminder to the dear viewers on how to actually send in the questions. To send in your questions, all you need to do is either call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515 0199, or with the WhatsApp number over here, 0741 509 2155, or scan the QR code for a quick shortcut, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in your questions there. Sheikhna, let us begin with the questions from WhatsApp. What is the Shia opinion of Al-Abbas, the uncle of the Prophet, and his son Abdullah ibn Al-Abbas? Are they companions we respect?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. With regards to Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, the Prophet's uncle, there are uncertainties with this regard. I mean, I haven't seen something credible that someone praises Al-Abbas with this regard. Ibn Abbas, there are again differences. Some would praise, some would not praise. And there are narrations with this regard. So again, differences for both personalities. So we cannot confirm the issue that are they being, let's say, praised or the opposite.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, am I allowed to use a tampon for my monthly cycle?
What's that exactly?
A tampon.
What's that? Sorry.
It's something they put in their private parts, the woman, they put in their private parts to stop the bleeding.
I'm not sure about this issue. Yeah, inshallah,
okay.
they can be asked.
Okay, inshallah, in the coming episodes, we can answer that. And then from YouTube, Salaam alaikum. When doing your Fajr Salah and the time for it ends, is it still valid?
You see, the Salah begins when the adhan is called until the sunrise or sunset or the midnight. So that's the limit for praying inside the time. Otherwise, it's going to be qada afterwards. With regards to the midnight, Maghrib and Isha, again, there's issues with regards to is it qada or not qada. Again, there's a discussion between the ulama. So would you pray qada or without qada or ada or mutlaqa if you intentionally passed the midnight and you didn't pray Maghrib and Isha? Again, discussion with this regard. But for definitely for the Fajr and Dhuhr and Asr, it's qada if it's after the sunrise or sunset.
But the Sheikhna, the question is saying that while you are praying, it goes onto the qada. So when you began your prayer, it was on time, and then during the prayer, it became qada.
Again, discussion about that if you pray one rak'ah inside the time and the second was outside, then it's counted as you prayed inside the time. There's some discussion with this regard.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum. I understand that sculpting humans or any living beings using clay is haram. But what about knitting or crocheting living beings? For example, making a teddy bear plushie.
The issue is to do with not 2D images or let's say flat images. It's to do with the 3D images, sculptures and so forth. That's the issue that you cannot make. So if it's a 3D full human, let's say, body, then that's the issue.
That's the issue.
In terms of making sculptures and so forth. Yeah.
Understood. And then moving on to YouTube, is God a passionate God or a dispassionate God?
If he wasn't a passionate God, if he wasn't a merciful God, he wouldn't create us. Or at least he would have destroyed us from Adam time. When Abel or Qabil killed his brother Habil, the first crime and killing of a human being took place on earth. So would have been destroyed long time ago. But Allah, with His mercy, with His passion, with His compassion, of course, Allah Azza wa Jal would leave humanity. He gives them sustenance, He gives them the warmth, the coolness, and all in the 4 seasons, the food, the water, so that they can be tested in this world. Because the aim of Allah's creation the humans specifically is to be tested on this planet. So the one who wins would be in paradise, and the one who loses would be in the hellfire. So that's why Allah would be merciful, compassionate in this world and even in the hereafter.
Okay.
On the day of judgment. The shafa'ah issue and so forth.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, a similar question from WhatsApp is, if God is just, then why are some people being born with problems?
You see, you have to see what is the cause of this problem. Is it, let's say, the parents? Is it something genetic? You have to see the reason. Allah Azza wa Jal made this world naturally. He did not interfere always like the miracles that took place by the prophets or in the time of Isa alayhi salam when he cured the blind and the ill and so forth. So this dunya is a nature dunya, is based on nature. So everything goes on is based on nature. So if you don't follow the rules correctly, the rules of marriage, the rules of specific genetic process that might cause some kind of such issues, of course, you'll end up. And that's why we have narrations that don't have intercourse in specific nights or days, or, for example, avoid such things that would cause this dysfunction of such process and so forth. So that's why we have this narrations from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, advises the people to make sure that they take the correct procedures when it comes to marriage and marital relationships and so forth.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, I see some Sunnis using a wood in front of them like idols. Is that not shirk?
I'm not sure about this issue. I haven't heard about it, no.
No, I've seen in Salat Jama'ah that they put something in front of them.
We have something that when you pray, put something in front of you, a tasbih, for example, just to let people know that you're praying.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't interrupt your salah.
Okay.
Yeah, even your tasbih, you put it.
Is that a Shia thing?
Yes,
Shia thing?
Yes.
So it's not a Sunni thing?
No. It's also, we have something similar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have something similar. Understood. And then from YouTube, Salam alaikum.
Salam.
Sayyid and Sheikh, wa alaikum assalam. Hope you are well. Is it true it's recommended to cover your head in prayer, and does a kafiyya count?
We have, in terms of covering your head with the imamah, for example, something that resembles the imamah or the turban, for example.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, quite an interesting question. Salam alaikum, Sheikhna. Is there any hadith about aliens?
I haven't seen or read about aliens, but of course there are issues in terms of the jinn that the Quran mentions. Surah al-Jinn we have, that some jinn came and they listened to the Holy Quran recited, and they went back to inform their clan and people. So yes, we have the jinn. A hadith is mentioned about the jinn. It's, let's say, creations that cannot be seen, not tangible, which they live with us, but of course, no interaction with us, not allowed to interact with us. So, yes.
But that's different to aliens.
Yeah, I haven't heard about
Okay.
it, no.
Okay, understood. Sheikhna, we are roughly 10 minutes into the episode, so let me just give a quick reminder to the dear viewers at home. If you are just tuning in, if you know what the show is, if you don't know what the show is, I'll just give a quick explanation on how the show works. So, of course, Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices, and principles. So, if you would like anything that you would like to know more of, if you would like anything that you would like to learn new, anything at all, if there's any gaps in your knowledge, anything that you would like to reaffirm as part of your knowledge, just send in your questions and the Sheikh will be here to answer them. To send in your questions, all you need to do is call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515 0199, or with the WhatsApp number over here, 0741 509 2155, or scan the QR code for a quick shortcut, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in your questions there. Sheikhna, carrying on with the questions from YouTube. I've heard that your parents can make something that's makruh, haram for you. Is that true if it annoys them, as well as something that's mustahab, wajib?
It depends on the topic or the subject. Anyhow, annoying them or إيذاء, as they said in the books of fiqh, that's not permissible. تأذي,
Okay.
You somehow annoy them. That's not permissible.
At all.
Yes, of course. You're annoying them somehow.
Yes.
تأذي or إيذاء. So that's not permissible. But sometimes you have, for example, the son wants to travel for ziyarah and then they said, don't go, for example, stay with us. You have to see how can you make sure that you gain their satisfaction. رضا الوالدين is very important with this regard. And of course also to be with the ziyarah as well. So sometimes you have to liaise between them.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, the state of institution of marriage in Shia Ithna Ashari Muslims is crumbling these days very frequently in 1 month. Is this one sign of the dhuhr of the Imam al-Mahdi Ajallallahu Farajahu Sharif?
We cannot really time or even say it's getting closer in terms of the time of the Imam's reappearance and of the dhuhr. Salamullah alayhi. Of course, we have narration which says he will appear after the world is filled with tyranny and corruption and oppression. So now, is it filled? Is it yet to be filled more? We don't have this knowledge. It's in Allah knowledge only.
It's all with Allah, of course.
Exactly,
Understood.
yeah.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, can you wear a durag when making ghusl? And can you pray using prayers with mandatory sajda?
So what's the durag?
A durag is a thing that certain people wear. It's just on top of your head as well.
I mean, initially for the wudu, you have to make sure that nothing blocks and makes obstacle in terms of wiping your head and both feet. So socks should be removed, hat should be removed, scarf should be removed when one tries to wipe their head, for example, and their feet as well. And same applies to the both arms and face. No obstacles, no paint, no makeup. You have to remove them, which causes obstacle again. Glue and so forth. And then for the sajda, of course, the same thing. You have to make sure that the forehead is clear from any, let's say, bandage, if it's not necessary. And the same applies to the scarf or the niqab, for example. You have to remove the niqab if you want to pray on the sajda place.
Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, is it wajib for a beautiful woman to wear the niqab?
If it causes some kind of attraction by other men, causes corruption, fasad, some ulama would say it becomes compulsory. She has to cover.
Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, can I give my friend a ride to his house with my car if he has alcohol with him?
You are not delivering alcohol. You're dropping this individual from A to Z, for example.
But he's taking alcohol with him.
It's the sin of that individual that he's carrying a bottle of alcohol by himself. You're dropping himself, and you're getting, let's say, the money. If you're a taxi driver, for example, to deliver this individual as a person from A to Z. That's it. Yes, if they give you boxes of that would be forbidden.
What if, Sheikhna, you're a delivery driver and you work for a certain company, and then also while you're delivering stuff, you also have to deliver alcohol?
That's the problem. You have to avoid it.
You have to avoid that.
Yes. You either mention in the contract before you take the job, or you have to neglect and just tell them, I'm not going to do this particular job.
But Sheikhna, for like Uber, there isn't anything like that where you don't know. Usually it's people that you're delivering, but sometimes, let's say, as you said, there's someone with you who's carrying alcohol.
As I've said, you're not allowed to deliver alcohol or serve it on the table.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, how much is the kafara of breaking fast without intention but with haram, like self-pleasure?
Without intention, it doesn't make sense. You are breaking your fast with a haram act. And when you do that, of course, with the haram, let's say, as you said, with the self-pleasure or by drinking alcohol, na'udhu billah, With the haram means, of course, the kafar will be kafara jama', collective kafara, which means you have to, well, we don't have slaves to free, you have to fast 60 consecutive days and to pay 60 paupers or masakin to feed them. So it's a collective kafara together, which means you have to fast 31 days, and then after 31 days, you can break it into different days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, this is back to the question asking about mandatory sajda. From YouTube, surahs that have ayahs with a mandatory sajda. What do I do if I am in salah and I recite the ayah? Do I do a sajda or do I continue prayer as normal?
The problem is if you, let's say you hear it and you're in wajib salah, some ulama would say that you have to point towards the place of the qibla, because as soon as you leave and you go towards the sajda, the salah will be avoid and batil, and you don't avoid and break your salah in this case. So you point towards the sajda. So ima, as they say. So that's your basically your ruling with this regard.
Don't you
and continue the salah as normal.
Okay. Don't you necessarily have to avoid any ayahs with sajdas?
Let's say it happens. You never know. Sometimes it happens. So you're not allowed to go to sujood, because as soon as you go to sujood, because you're going to miss the ruku'. And this sajda is only for this ayah. So you're going to break your salah in this case. There's no way. So you have to point towards the sujood while you're standing, for example, when you hear or recite that ayat al-sajda.
And is this according to the many different marājiʿ?
I think.
Okay. Okay, understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, if I saw someone doing zina, do I report him to Hakim al-Shar'?
You see, number one, your duty is to observe nahy an al-munkar, to refrain the evil, in other words. So you have to initially remind them that this act is a forbidden act, it's a haram act, and advise them. وَمَا عَلَى الرَّسُولِ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. So you do balagh al-mubin to them. You warn them the consequences of this act. And of course you can go back to your marājiʿ, Ahkam SOS, as you said, and to see what can be done with this regard. But of course, nowadays ulama would not observe or practically implement these shari'i acts, because you need a full list of clauses or conditions to be met, which usually cannot be met. So the best thing is to do nahy an munkar with this regard.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. We have reached halfway through the episode, so we will now be going on a break. But before that, the Sheikh has something he would like to say to us. Over to you, Sheikhna.
Yes, indeed. As we have approached the milad of Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam, one of those who saw Lady Zainab alayhi salam entering the city of Kufa, of course, after the incident of Karbala, he says that when she spoke, she gave the sermon in Kufa, he says that فَلَمْ أَرَخْ خَفِرَةً قَطْ أَنْطَقُ مِنْهَا. I haven't seen a lady who is so observing chastity in a chaste woman, who speaks so eloquently. Then he says, كأنها تفرغ عن لسان أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام. As she is speaking on the tongue of Ali عليه السلام. Imagine that Zainab عليه السلام is speaking on the tongue of Ali عليه السلام, so eloquently, with high standards of speech and talk. Of course, then he continues about what she did and how she spoke to Al-Kufa. And this shows that they are from this great lineage, the lineage of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, the lineage of Bani Hashim, the lineage of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. فَسَلَامٌ عَلَيْهَا وَعَلَى أَبِيهَا وَأَخْوَتِهَا.
Understood. Thank you very much. Great lesson. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. As I said to our dear viewers, we will now be going on a break. Please make sure to send in your questions, and inshallah, we see you after the break.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures
Is
of
it
scholars at
permissible to
home.
plant trees by or
Was
over
Islam
the graves?
established based on peace
Is
and
it
non-violence?
permissible to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it
individuals?
permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim
Is there an
countries?
issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 092155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 092155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
And welcome back after the break to Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices, and principles. I hope that during the break you managed to send in your questions. If you have not yet done so, please send them in now. And Sheikh, I guess let's carry on with the questions from WhatsApp. I have a son who drinks alcohol. Can I write that he will not get any of the money from my money after I die?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Again, the advice of the Holy Quran, bil-hikmah wal-maw'id al-hasana, you have to make sure that you try to bring this son back on the right path, and with the advice, with the admonishments, bring him to Majalis Ahl Bayt alayhim salam, that he may be purified from this evil act. I remember when I was in Karbala, in Bab al-Qibla, and a young man came to me and he said that my friend who is, he's trying to come and show his face. He drank alcohol 2 weeks ago, and he's very regretful and unsure what to do. He wants to go to the ziyarah.
Okay.
And he thinks that he can't go because he's now impure. I said to him, well, initially, tell him to repent to Allah Azza wa Jal and to perform ghusl tawbah and other acts which is something to be done for the tawbah, and make sure that he won't do this again. So it's a sincere regret from this sinful act. And he thanked me, and he went on his way with his friend. So we have to attract people towards
Of course.
the right path, towards Ahl Bayt, towards the Holy Prophet, towards the Quran, rather than warnings and issuing penalties, for example, and so forth. Try to be lenient with those individuals, because they are close family and members of your family. So if you lose them, then you lost part of yourself, in other words.
Very, very interesting. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, is it haram to draw a detailed picture of a human being?
No, it's not.
It's completely fine.
The 2D is fine. The 3D is an issue. The sculpture of human being. That's the issue.
Okay, thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, I have been making up salah for a family member that has recently passed away. I have been doing the qada for them in doing. So I leave out qunut and the tasbihat to one in the third and fourth rak'ah.
I mean, in terms of the qunut is fine, but for the tasbihat you have to see who you follow, because some would say you have to mention 3 tasbih as a precaution. So
yeah,
if your marājiʿ says once is enough.
Yeah, no, there was more to the question. I just didn't see the next part. But, so they carry on. But sometimes when I'm doing my own wajib prayer, I forget qunut. Doing this does this make my salat invalid? And it hasn't happened to me yet, but I only do one of the tasbihat.
As I've said, qunut is not wajib, mustahab. But in terms of tasbihat al-arba'ah, and the third and fourth rak'ah, as I've said, some marājiʿ say as a precaution you have to say it 3 times. Some would say no, one time is fine. So again, you have to follow your marja's opinion in this regard.
Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. From YouTube, quite an interesting question. From YouTube, what happens when we die?
The hadith says that إنما تنقلون من دار إلى دار, that you are transferred from one home to another home. So it's like transfer from one world to another world. yes, the body will be deceased and dies. The function of the body would be eliminated and vanished. The bodies eventually after a couple of years will be mixed with the dust and the soil and the clay. But the spirit, the ruh, will remain in the hereafter. So it's a transfer from one world to another world. It's like the transfer of the baby in the womb of the mother to this world. Something similar, we can say, just to make it as an example.
Yeah, understood. Very, very interesting. Thank you, Sheikhna. From WhatsApp, how much is the diya for slapping someone? And if I pay it, am I still going to get the sin for it?
You see, we have the kafara in terms of making the skin red, blue, and black. So with this regard, each has its own kafara. I've mentioned a couple of years ago in the Ahkam show, I brought exactly how much would be, I think 3.5 grams of gold something. Mentioned a couple of years ago. So there's a kafara for the red, blue, and black. Each has its own kafara.
Okay.
Couple of grams of gold to be paid. Yeah.
Grams of gold?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wow, you guys should be very, very careful then next time. Sheikhna, from WhatsApp, I only know Danish and English as languages and some few words in Arabic written in Latin letters. How do I know that I'm only worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when I'm practicing the Islam that is translated only? Well,
you have the videos of how to pray, how to perform specific worships in the media platforms. You can easily watch them, learn and follow them. That's the best way. Because let's say you cannot learn Arabic quickly, it takes time. But when you follow these procedures of how to pray Surah Al-Hamd and other acts of the worship of Salah, then that's straightforward. Just follow the videos or the audio, and inshallah you try to improve time by time, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, Salaam Alaikum. Can a medication sold by a pharmacy or prescribed by a doctor that intoxicates be used as a treatment for pain in extreme circumstances? I am in prison and I am limited.
Well, in terms of using, let's say, intoxicants like alcohol is not permissible, and the same applies to drugs. Again, not permissible as long as you have other medications. I don't think your situation needs to go back to intoxicants to solve the issue. With this technology and with this pharmaceutical productions and innovations with this regard, inventions with this regard, they have treatment for almost every ailment and sickness, which you can use now, be it chemical drugs or natural herbal drugs and medicines.
Okay. I'm interesting question. I'm more confused about the answer. I'm more confused about where they're sending it from. They've said that they're in prison, so I don't know how they're watching. But seems quite good that we are getting viewers from prison as well. And then from Sheikhna, from WhatsApp, what kinds of fish are halal?
The ones which has scales on the body of the fish. You can see this on the body of the salmon, cod, possibly haddock and sea bass and other types of fish. You can see that thin, transparent scales or let's say skin, which is removable easily. That's halal. And also the prawns, also halal.
Prawns is halal?
Yes.
But why is it different with prawns than crabs? Why can't we have crab when prawns were allowed to have?
This is what the Imam mentioned in the narration with this regard, that the exception is prawns. Could be possibly he has something similar like scales again, some kind of scales compared to the crabs which don't have that scales.
Okay.
Possibly, I'm not sure. But the Imam gave this exception in this regard, that we can have prawns in this case.
Okay, interesting. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, I am pregnant and would like to know whether I should fast or not.
You see, if someone is pregnant and they cannot bear the fasting, especially they would mention, ulama mention, the last 3-4 months of pregnancy. Al-muqribah, something, al-hamil al-muqrib, the one who is close to giving birth. Those 3-4 months, of course, it's difficult for the woman to fast. So if she can't fast, of course, she can open her fast and then make it up later. So that's fine. The same applies to the breastfeeding woman again. If she's giving milk to the child, again, that would affect the child's milk.
Okay.
Then she doesn't have to fast again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, can I lie about my GCSE grades to my father?
No, lying is not permissible. It's not allowed. You have to be honest. Yes.
Okay. What if, am I allowed to lie to my university about my GCSE grades?
The same applies to...
The same applies. What if it
Lie
puts
is
you
lying.
in a better position in the future?
So by lying, you want to get a better position? That's
Yes.
deception. That's
Okay.
deception, yeah? Clearly.
Okay, understood. Moving on, Sheikhna, from WhatsApp. As a woman, is that okay to ride a bike?
You see, the hijab is not just someone to cover the hair and body. If the bike doesn't show the curves of the woman when she's on the bike and doesn't causes that kind of attraction from the opposite gender and lustful, then it should be fine. But we have to make sure that this applies. I remember in central London, I saw one of the sisters with her abaya, on the bike. So you can't see anything, any curve of the body. So if it's something that is normal, it doesn't as if show the curves and so forth. That's a different story.
That's a different story. Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, I broke my salah because of laughing. Do I get a sin as it was because of my friend, falling down?
Just say astaghfirullah and then repeat your salah. That's
Repeat
it.
your salah from the beginning.
Allah is merciful, forgiving, inshallah.
Okay. But who gets the sin? The friend or you?
Both of you say astaghfirullah.
Both of you
just
say
to
astaghfirullah.
avoid
Okay.
repeating this act again.
But surely it was an accident for the friend. The friend.
As I've said, that's why I said say astaghfirullah and then repeat the salah. And try to avoid making this kind of jokes inside the worship ibadah when you're before Allah Azza wa Jal.
Actually, on that note, Sheikhna, what is the sin of someone making a person that's within salah break the salah?
Of course, the sin is on the one who is intentionally trying to break someone's salah, would make them to laugh or jokes and so forth.
But is it like a massive sin or is it a big sin?
It's in Allah's knowledge. But anyhow, one should say astaghfirullah after this act.
Okay, of course. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, what are the conditions for validity of an oath?
The oath or the qasam should be in the names of Allah Azza wa Jal. So, wallahi, billahi, tallahi. Other than that is not eligible oath, as they say. So, if you break this oath with these three terms, where Allah has mentioned, then you have to pay kafara if you break this oath. Kafara of feeding 10 people or clothing them. أطعام 10 مساكين.
Okay,
That's
thank you,
kafara
Sheikh.
for it, if you break it.
And then from YouTube, are there any conditions where lying is permissible?
You see, there are specific conditions that ulama discuss this issue in terms of trying to bring back two people, two friends, or a husband and wife. So you would say to the other party that he loves you, he praises you, for example, which never said. To bring back two individuals, two mu'mineen, two believers together, then that kind of things mentioned is allowed. So
like a white lie. I believe they call it a white lie when
I don't think it's
lying, but it's
I don't think
for a good
the
cause.
term's correct, white lie, because lie is lie. But sometimes, we have the taqiyya, for example, in Islam. Ammar ibn Yasir, in the Holy Quran, he said the words of the pagans. He praised the gods of pagans. And can you call it white lie, for example? These conditions where taqiyya is, or to bring two people who are in dispute, for example, are allowed for the purpose of bring reform in the society, to bring people to the right path. Sometimes you have to observe these things, as Ammar did, Ibn Yasir, when he was tortured, to say the disbelieving words, and he said it. And the Quran proved it. It didn't say that he is a mushrik kafir and so forth. So approved it. So exceptions are applied in such situations and circumstances.
Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. From YouTube, if there is a Muslim and a non-Muslim running for office, are we obligated to vote for the Muslim?
You have to see what is the best for your community, for your citizens. If you're convinced, then you can go for the one who is aslah, as they say, who can bring better justice to the community. You have to see who would bring justice and equality to the people. So you have to find out yourself.
Okay, thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, Salam alaikum, Sheikh.
Salam.
Is Halloween haram, and is it okay to celebrate it?
It's an act of absurd and nonsense, to be honest, that we follow the others when even many of the non-Muslims would not celebrate it. I'm sure that there are communities within the Christian community, the Jewish community, the Hindu community, the Sikh community that would not celebrate it. Why should we do so? We have, mashallah, dozens of celebrations from Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr all the way to Eid al-Ghadir and the Imam's birthdays and the birthday of Sayyidina Zainab alayhi salam. Why should I go and celebrate something that not everyone celebrates it? And it's something really doesn't look nice, to celebrate by showing, scaring people with skeletons and so forth. It's a complete nonsense type of celebration that one should avoid it, of course.
I understand that, Sheikhna, but some could say while we are here living in the West and our children and the young people are being raised here in the West, and this is, of course, the norm for them, where in schools and everything they celebrate things like Halloween and Christmas, and it's nothing to do with religion, it's more of a culture thing. Is it not okay for the kids and the parents to then take their kids to go celebrate such a thing? Just to take them about so that the kids aren't upset by missing out on such a thing?
I have to say, sadly, that sometimes we have to learn from the non-Muslims. There are non-Muslims who don't celebrate this, and they don't even enjoy themselves and join themselves with these groups who celebrate. Learn from the non-Muslims. Sometimes you have to learn from them. If you don't learn from Islam, go and see some Christian community or Jewish community or even atheist community that would never ever celebrate it. I think it's a shame.
I understand. Okay then. And then for the final question, Sheikhna, of the episode from YouTube, if there is no halal meat available, what should we do?
Well, of course, if there's no halal, the alternative is to consume fish with scales, of course, or vegetables. So until you find halal meat and chicken, inshallah.
And then also on that, Sheikhna, you see how we have the thing where if it's cooked, if there are meats that are cooked on the same thing and one is halal and one is non-halal, if it's cooked together, then of course the halal meat becomes non-halal. We can't eat it. Is that the same thing with fish, cross-contamination? Let's say there's crab being cooked on one part and then fish is then later cooked on the same area. Is that fine?
Yes, again, you see, if this happens in terms of the mixture of the oil, sometimes you see these saucepans are next to each other, and they use the same, let's say, the same spoon or the fork to bring out the fish and the sausage and the pork. Of course, that contamination would cause impurity and najasa to the rest of even the chips and so forth.
Understood. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And thank you very much, Sheikhna, for being with us today and answering all the questions. Alhamdulillah, I know myself, I learnt plenty today. And inshallah, the dear viewers at home also learnt many things. Also, thank you very much to our dear viewers for tuning in this episode and for sending in all your questions. We do apologize if we did not have time to answer your questions We sincerely apologize. So make sure to please send in your questions on our next episode on Thursday at 7 p.m. And inshallah, the Sheikh will be here to answer your questions live. So make sure to tune in at 7 p.m. on Thursday. Also, down below, just before we round off the episode, down below you will see a link, www.ihtv.co/HQ, which is where you can support the Zainabiyya complex today. Your donations will go towards building a brand new building, brick by brick. Each of your donations will go brick by brick, building a brand new building so that we can eventually move there and inshallah provide you all at home with better programs, better shows, and inshallah more knowledgeable and teachable stuff. Also down below at Imam Hussein TV 3, which is where you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. So please subscribe, like and follow for all future content. Also finally down below www. While it shows below very quickly, hello. Yes, thank you very much. www.imamhussein3.tv/donate, which is where you can donate towards the actual programs rather than the building. You can donate towards the shows, the programs, the episodes, and inshallah we can provide you all at home with better shows, and inshallah more knowledge to go around. This has been Ahkam SOS. I've been your host Zaid Muthanna Al-Musawi, and inshallah we see you in the coming episodes. Fi amanillah. Eid Mubarak.
You've been caught for raping English girls. Remember? You're here defending the paedophile. I'm here defending your dad. These women are here defending the paedophile. You're here defending.
We don't need a TV channel because we've got mosques.
We have Islamic centres that are always open.
We have schools teaching Islam.
Hijab is part of a school uniform.
Islam has come and it's established here in the West.
And everyone's happy.
They love us, our food, our fashion,
our culture.
The media is always on our side.
We've got plenty of English speakers, plenty of English books,
and plenty of places to go and learn in the English language.
Let's be real.
Let's get active. Be more involved.
www.imamhussein3.tv.
From hard-hitting, insightful discussions,
because when I come to the hadith, I look
to shows for the whole family.
Welcome to 7 Steps to Heaven. Yes.
To shows that keep you on the edge of your seat.
The winner is Mullah Ali Zuhairi.
To live streams from the holy city of Karbala. There is something for everyone on Imam Hussein TV. Your gateway to Karbala.
I think it's everyone's dream to work and serve the Ahlul Bayt alayhum salam.
Working with this project allows us to contribute back to the community.
Our main objective is to bring Imam Hussein to every household, or to take people to Karbala.
Producers, cameraman and editors all synchronize to capture, inspire and bring you closer to Abu Abdullah.
Working here is an honor and a privilege, yet nothing compared to the sacrifice of Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
Pass on the lantern of Imam Hussein.
Why should you support?
Why should you support?
Why should you support?
Imam Hussein TV is our Husseiniyyah to the world.
It's an open university to learn theology, history, law, Quran, and many more sciences.
Many rely on our channel as they have no access to any Husseiniyyahs or any mosques.
And they have no access to any community events nor scholars, and they solely rely on our broadcasting.
Children in the West have so many questions to ask about the faith.
We aim to educate youth and reverts in a thoughtful manner and language which is interactive, easily digestible and understood.
Our project is fully crowdfunded. We have no sales, no business, no profits.
If you do not support us, who will?
If you do not open a channel, who will?
And if you do not raise the flag of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, who will?
We have been operating since 2016 and we have brought to you shows like Morning Barakah,
Ahkam SOS,
Her Thoughts, and the Debate Show.
We also have created many documentaries on topics such as the death of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
miracles in Arba'een,
non-Shias visiting Karbala,
And most importantly,
we bring you Karbala Live.
Karbala Live.
Karbala Live.
Karbala Live.
لبيك يا حسين.
ينعاد عليك ينعاد عليك الله معاك
مع السلامة.
نحن مقاومة انت في خطر، ما لازم تضيعي.
لا تخافي يا بنتي.
كيف حالك؟
This is your generosity come to life. Our team in Karbala are busy assembling and delivering iftar packs with your donations. Witness the impact of your support as we reach out to feed the orphans, the vulnerable and the needy with 100,000 meals this Ramadan.